Hello and welcome back to The Goodness Margin, the place where we find margin for the good things in life. Today is week 1 of Reset Your Home in only 4 weeks. Right now it's January. We are starting off the new year, but you can do this at any point. Many of you may have already seen some of the videos how that I personally deep clean and declutter my home. I do it with a 6-month rotation. But the reality is sometimes life is a little bit crazy and sometimes you need to sort of scrunch all that in to a short amount of time. So our last fall was really busy and I did not get to some of the zones in my home. And some of you have asked me for a shorter way to do this. And so I'm going to be sharing with you over the next 4 weeks how that we can completely reset our home in only 4 weeks. Now you have a couple of options and ways that you can do this. You can set aside an entire day and really hit these zones, or you can divide them into 30-minute segments and just do what you can. You don't have to do everything, but you can do what you can and it'll really put you further along in having your home completely reset. So the first zone that we are going to talk about is our kitchen and our dining area, because usually those sort of flow together. This area is mostly the hub of our home. We spend a lot of time in this space. And so when we declutter, when we deep clean the space, it's going to make a big impact in our lives. Each zone that I'm going to go through each week for our main focus, we're going to have 5 different zones that is inside of that focus. And you can do Monday through Friday, like I said, or you can divide them up however works for you. So for the first task that we are going to do is we are going to declutter. That's always the first thing that we're going to do. And for your kitchen, that's going to be inside of your kitchen cabinets. You're going to open up your cabinets. If you only have a short amount of time, just go through and pull out the things that you haven't used in the last 6 months, or maybe something that you know that you're not using again. Sometimes in our kitchen, things can be broken or they don't really work well, or we have duplicates of those items. So go ahead and pull those out. If you have time, go ahead and pull everything out of the cabinets. That way you can sort it, you can wipe it down, put it back neatly, and be sure to only put back the items that you really want, that you're really going to use. With decluttering, we're also going to look at our kitchen surfaces. That includes with our dining area. What are the things that are there? Are we using those on a regular basis? Is it something we need to keep out on the counter on a regular basis, or is it something that can go inside of the cabinet? So first, we're going to declutter. Secondly, we're going to take care of the woodwork, our cabinet doors, our blinds, our baseboards. Now, if you have the time to individually wipe down each of your blinds, that is fantastic. I probably will only have the time to dust my blinds, but still, if you dust them, maybe use your vacuum cleaner, that will really take the dust off pretty quickly. That'll go a long way to making it clean. And I'm also going to dust off my cabinet doors and I'm going to wipe those down. I'm going to vacuum my baseboards first, and then I'm going to wipe those. Baseboards, cabinet doors, these are a great task to get your kids involved. They can absolutely help you do this. Sometimes I'll give my daughter a microfiber cloth and have her go over them. And then I usually come behind her. It makes my job go by much more quickly because she has already taken off that first layer of dust. Zone 3 is our appliances. We are going to clean our appliances. So for your refrigerator, if it's been a little while, go ahead and open it up and take everything out. If not, you can do it by shelves or however you want to do it. But take everything out of your refrigerator, wipe it out. Be sure to remove anything that's expired, anything that you no longer need. Sometimes I realize that I've overbought a certain item and I'll find out if my mom or my sister needs those items. The holidays have just ended. You may have some leftovers that need to go. So just go ahead and clean that refrigerator out, wipe it out really good, and do the same thing for your freezer. And then you're going to move on to your ovens. Now, thankfully, I have a self-clean oven, and all I have to do is close the ovens up, and I have to do them one at a time, and I set that self-clean option. It does burn really hot. Don't alarm yourself because it smells like things are burning, because that is actually what it is doing. It is burning off any things that have dropped, any drippings, anything like that. And then when you open it up, there's just a little bit of ash in the bottom and you can just wipe that up. That's a really great way to clean your oven. If you do not have a self-clean oven, go ahead and look online. There are a lot of options for you to clean your oven. You can use something like a harsh chemical, or you can even use things like baking soda. So there's a lot of options for you to clean your oven. And then the microwave, we're just going to open it up, wipe it out, Most microwaves have those glass platters inside of them. Take those out, wash them with warm soapy water, and put those back. Underneath your microwave, or if you have just a separate vent hood, our microwave is above our stovetop, and so we have like a vent hood built into that. There are little filters. You want to pull those out. You want to wash those. Lots of times those can even be ran through the dishwasher. Clean those out, pop those back in. And that also helps your kitchen to not smell. If you notice that you've been smelling that bacon for days and days after you cooked it, it might mean that your filters are clogged up and that has a lot of that bacon grease and stuff is still stuck inside of that. And then my stovetop, I will take off those grates. I can put those in the dishwasher, or I can just wash them with soapy water. I'm gonna wipe all of that up. And then for our dishwasher. Now for my dishwasher, what I like to do is I open it up and make sure it's completely empty. And I will sprinkle in a cup of baking soda. Close it and I'll run it on its hottest setting. For mine, it's the pots and pans setting. It takes about 3 hours, but I'll run that cycle. And then I open it back up and I'm going to pour in a cup of white distilled vinegar. And then I'm going to run it. This time I can only run it on the 1 hour cycle. And what that does is that really rinses out your dishwasher. Don't forget to pull your filter out. All dishwashers are going to have a filter, and you need to clean that filter and then open up the doors and kind of wipe around the doors. Sometimes those areas tend to get a little bit dirty. And then all of your appliances in your kitchen are going to be clean. If you want to take the time, you can move on and clean your small appliances as well. But really, the refrigerator is the only one that takes some active time to cleaning it. The other things like your dishwasher and your ovens, you can just set those and forget them and let them go. Maybe set a timer to remind yourself when you need to come back and check those to move on to the next phase. Zone 4 is our furniture, our lights, and our vents. Lots of times we can kind of forget about some of these things. So for our furniture, we're just going to dust over it. And if it's a surface that we can wipe down, like this kitchen table, I wipe the top all the time, but I'm also going to take the time to wipe off underneath the table. You never know when something has spilt and kind of slid underneath the table. So I'm going to wipe off underneath the tabletop and the legs. I'm also going to do it for my kitchen chairs. And then for any other furniture that is in my kitchen, I'm going to clean that. And then I'm also going to dust my lights. I'm not only going to dust the light fixtures themselves, but be sure you can use a microfiber cloth or even a microfiber duster and dust those light bulbs. Sometimes light bulbs can have so much dust on them that they aren't giving off enough light. So go ahead and dust those light bulbs. And then if your vacuum cleaner extends enough, vacuum your vents. That's a really great way to be sure that clean air is circulating through your home. I know we change our filters in the air conditioners, but we don't need to forget on this end to clean those vents. If it's been a really long time since you've cleaned your vent, you may even need to unscrew them from the ceiling, take them down and really wash them well. You can take them outside and spray them down with a hose, or most of the time it'll be plenty sufficient for you just to vacuum those. And then zone 5, last but not least, is our food storage and our pantry. Wherever you keep your food, you can do a deep clean of this space where you pull everything out, you wipe all of the shelving down. I used to have wire shelving and it made it a little more difficult to clean. Thankfully now I have a solid surface, just a wood shelf. So what I'm going to do is, since my pantry is already organized how I want it, I'll just go shelf by shelf. But if you want to completely reorganize your pantry, pull everything out, clean it, and then put the things back neatly how that you want those to go. And of course, be sure you're following along on Instagram. On Instagram, we're going to be going through each of these days together, and I will be sharing videos of how I have deep cleaned my kitchen. In 1 week, you can completely declutter and deep clean your kitchen. It's going to make a huge impact in your life. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you'll be notified, because next week we'll have week 2 of Reset Your Home in only 4 weeks.